E3, or the Electronic Entertainment Expo, has been a force in the gaming industry since 1995. The annual industry conference differs from shows like PAX in that it's not really meant to be attended by gamers, but the press, publishers, and other industry figures. It's one of the biggest marketing events not only in the game industry, but in the tech space. How long will E3 remain relevant? That's hard to say. An increasing number of publishers, such as Nintendo, have been cutting back their presence at the show in recent years. The changing face of gaming journalism and video game PR may be the cause of this. After all, the landscape is no longer dominated by print publications, and streaming video online has become an affordable endeavor. Why rent a stage in Los Angeles in order to release some big news when you can just hold a press conference online for considerably less money? In spite of the changes, however, tons of people will be tuning in to E3 in 2016, primarily in anticipation of lame jokes from Ubisoft, to-be broken promises from Microsoft, and shiny CGI trailers that look far better than the games that they depict ever will. Cynicism aside, however, I'm actually looking forward to gaming's biggest marketing event this year. I enjoy watching the trailers as they roll in and hearing the announcements. The point of E3 is to sell video games. At least E3 manages to do so in an entertaining fashion. There are quite a few games that have been announced that were unveiled either last year or in previous years that we're still waiting to hear more about. We'll probably get more details about these games during this year's E3. Here are 5 worth keeping an eye on. Number 5. Horizon Zero Dawn. Currently in the running for Game with the Lamest Name, Horizon Zero Dawn caught everybody's attention at E3 2015, and for good reason. This upcoming post-apocalyptic ARPG puts you in a world of mechanical monstrosities. You get to fight titanium tyrannosauruses with a crossbow. How cool is that? Personally, I'm very fond of the game's setting and aesthetic. I love the idea of a post-apocalyptic game in which people are living in tribes and struggling against a robot dinosaur menace. Additionally, the game is very colorful. It's not all drab and washed out, but seems vibrant and alive. The last time I played a post-apocalyptic game like that, it was Enslaved: Odyssey to the West. Horizon Zero Dawn is supposed to come out in 2016, but we don't have a solid release date quite yet. That said, we can probably expect one to be announced during E3. Horizon Zero Dawn is coming to the PlayStation 4. Number 4. ReCore. Keeping up with the theme of robotic animals, we move on to ReCore. Currently in development by Armature Studios, ReCore is being designed by Keiji Inafune, the man responsible for the Mega Man franchise. When the game was unveiled at E3 last year, it generated a lot of hype, even though we really don't know how it plays. With Horizon Zero Dawn, we at least know that it's quite clearly a third-person action game, but with ReCore, we really don't know. We just have the motion equivalent of concept art. While ReCore has been confirmed for a PC release, so far it's only officially coming to Windows 10. We don't know if it'll come to Windows 7 or 8. It is, however, confirmed for the Xbox One. Expect to hear more about ReCore during Microsoft's press conference. Number 3. The Legend of Zelda, working title. Few game franchises have quite the staying power of Nintendo's first-party lineup, and the Legend of Zelda series has always been a hot seller for their systems. In 2013, Nintendo announced that there'd be a new Legend of Zelda game coming to the Wii U, though they never quite announced when we'd see it. It seems that 2016 is the year it'll finally be released. In case you're totally new to video games, what you should know is that the Legend of Zelda series is one of the most beloved game series of all time. It's a series of adventure fantasy games set in the land of Hyrule. Each game is full of strange and wonderful characters, puzzles, unforgettable places, and a whole lot of action. The series has been a source of inspiration for several other games, such as Okami. It's tremendously influential in the world of video games. What we do know about the new Legend of Zelda game for the Wii U is that it's designed to be a lot more open than previous 3D entries in the series, and it shall also be the largest in the series to date. Also, there's horseback riding. Personally, I'm looking forward to this game in part because it's Zelda, and I'm sure it'll be great, but also because of its art style. I'm excited to see the semi-realistic, but not particularly gritty aesthetic in action. There's something about this art direction that reminds me of Final Fantasy. There have been rumors that the game would be coming to the Nintendo NX, Nintendo's to-be-revealed platform, and it likely will be released on the NX, but well after its Wii U release. Number 2. The Last Guardian. Shadow of the Colossus was a smash hit on the PlayStation 2. In that game, every battle was a boss battle of tremendous proportions as you went up against a series of giants. It's a moody, atmospheric game, one with a fan base that's been waiting a long time for some sort of follow-up. Say hello to The Last Guardian. In development since 2007 by Fumito Ueda, who designed Shadow of the Colossus, it's not clear if this game is a sequel to the aforementioned, set in the same world, or if it's just a spiritual successor. That said, it does look interesting as you play as a kid who's friends with this bizarre winged hyena. The Last Guardian was thought to be dead up until last year, when Sony re-revealed the thing during their E3 press conference just to say, hey, it's still alive. For perspective, it was supposed to be released on the PlayStation 3. Here we are, a whole generation late, and it's supposed to be coming to the PlayStation 4 this year. That said, we still don't have a solid release date. Chances are we'll see more of it during E3, since this is one of the most hyped games in recent memory. Number 1. Abzu. Currently in development by Giant Squid, Abzu is the studio's first game, and it has a bizarre accent in its name, presumably to make it harder to search for online. What we know so far is that Abzu is inspired by Mesopotamian mythology and is set underwater. You play as a scuba diver, and your primary focus is exploring beautiful aquatic landscapes. There's apparently some sort of mystery to be unraveled. Also, you can ride sea turtles, which makes this a Game of the Year contender. Abzu is in development for the PlayStation 4 and Windows. I think that the game could work very well in virtual reality, though then again it might be difficult to translate because it's a third-person game set underwater. That presents its own set of challenges. 2016 is going to be a big year for E3 thanks to the rise of virtual reality. Expect to see VR games, headsets, and related accessories unveiled during the show. It's not just VR hardware you should expect, however. Nintendo will be revealing more about the Nintendo NX during the show. Rumors have been circulating about a new version of the PlayStation 4, a PlayStation 4.5, if you will, that plays games in 4K resolution, though none of this has been confirmed. What are you hoping to see during E3? A VR headset from Microsoft? A proper Star Trek video game? Just the announcement that Rihanna Pratchett is going to be hired to write for Mass Effect Andromeda? Hit us up on Twitter at BlackmanandRobin and let us know. Be sure to follow us for all the latest game news, reviews, previews, and interviews. Follow me at Jordan_Cameron for my own.